Okay.
Yeah, it was a long trip down there, especially with Angie. We got lost twice to the wrong highway, and then, but other than that, it was pretty good. And then when we got there, we got to the hotel, and they messed up somewhere, so we didn't get to get in a room, so we had to take our bags to the local church we was attending. And right here is the school that we went to help the families that were in the town. The town was, when we was driving in there, it's mountains, but we was on the top, and then like if you look down below on the highway or whatever it was, we saw houses that were falling down. There was a dog on the porch, and I promise you that dog was dead. I just saw it laying on the porch. But we started driving. We just drove around there for a while until we found out where exactly the hotel we were staying in. And when we finally got to the hotel, they didn't have enough rooms, so we had to bunk with these other two people, and all that was in there was a queen-size bed. So some of us had to sleep on the floor, but it was a good turnout. And we stayed at the local church there on Thursday and beginning of Friday, and we packaged all of our candy and loaded all of our boxes onto the U-Haul truck so we could take it to our destination. Well, we got all that done, had an assembly line going, box, back and forth, and before we knew it, there we were on the road to Boonville, where the school was. We get there, and they was expecting 200 families, and we got 150, so we didn't do too bad. And by the time we got our T-shirts and we wore them on Saturday when the actual project was doing. The name of the project was Project Christmas, because it was Christmas time, and you know these kids don't really have much. Well, on our way there, we stopped at this thrift store. And it was these two ladies that had a heart for the children of the school. And they was like, it's small and it's tightly squeezed, but they make it. And every day at school, the kids don't have enough food to feed the kids the right amount of food. So what these ladies do is they make backpacks for each family that has canned foods and different foods like ramen noodles, different things for the kids to eat. Well, when the weekend comes, they know they're not going to be in school, so they ain't going to have much in their stomach. Well, they make book bags for, backpacks for them to take home, and then Monday, they take food to the school because they know the kids didn't eat much over the weekend, so they feed them extra on Monday so they can get the nutrients they need. Well, these ladies were down in the basement doing all this, making the bags and different things, and there was no heat, there was no bathroom, there was no storage, it was just one big empty room. Well, they said they had been praying to God, and they asked Joe to pray for them and with them too. Well, by the time we got there, he was like, "What are we doing up here? I thought you were down in the basement." Well, God blessed him with the owner of the place, said that he was moving everything out of the upstairs room and made them upstairs, and there's 3 closets for the storage, there's 2 bathrooms, and it's a lot bigger. So they have more room to snip the bags and do everything they can for the kids. Well, after that, we went and saw the school. We was doing all the project. The school's pretty big, but for all them kids, it was still pretty small. And the project was Project Christmas, and have any of you guys seen the advertisements for Rise of the Guardians or something? That's kind of what we went for. So we had different guardians. We had Santa Claus and the Sandman, Jack Frost, the Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, and each one of them we had people dressed up as them. And each one of them would come up and say something about, like, Santa Claus was happiness, and the Easter Bunny was new beginnings, and it would explain what their purpose was. And then Sister Tina, she'd get out there and she'd get all excited and pumped up, and she'd be like, I can't wait to tell you about the greatest guardian of all. You know, she'd get excited and get them all pumped up. And then we had, you guys probably looking at them like the weirdos, but we had a picture booth, and had props that could be reindeer or Santa Claus. And we had face painting, but we couldn't find the face paint, so we had to use washable markers. We improvised. And what else did we have? We had balloon games, and like where each child got a balloon, and then as soon as Joy to the World started playing, they threw it up in the air and they picked one of the balloons to hit the floor. And then after that, we told all the kids to sit down, and they started handing out their gifts. Each child got 2 gifts, and then we had 6 bikes to give away. And we had when they was walking in the door, they were registering. They had to put their name on a ticket, and 5 kids' names would get drawn, and those kids would win a bike. And but I was a greeter. So I was standing at the door, they was walking in and greeting kids, and like during our training, because that's what he called it, training, before we actually went and did it, he was like, get to their eye level. Don't stand up here and then be down there looking up, but you get to their eye level. So when they was walking in, I'd get down and get to their eye level, and I'd be like, you better smile. And I'd be like, okay, there's 2 rules. And they'd be like, no, they're all ears listening. And I'm like, okay, have fun and smile. And big old smile came on their face. They walk in. And then there was this one little kid got me. As soon as he walked in, he got me. He was walking in and I winked at him. And he wouldn't smile, but I winked at him and he walked in. And then when everybody got in, I closed the door and walked in there to join the party. And I walked by him, he's doing this, trying to wink back at me. And put a smile on my face. But we were there to bless them, but in return we was blessed. And I know it. Because we was there to bless them and stuff that they needed, but I needed a smile. And that's what they gave me. So, and but it was a big experience, and on our way home, we had a bunch of gas station problems, but I'm not even going to talk about that, that doesn't matter. A picture, you can click on that picture. This is a picture of the school. I don't know if you guys can see it. See, that's the gym. That's where we did everything. And in the left corner up here, that's like where we had all the gifts, and then the bikes down below, and right here is the registration table. And hit the arrow on that side, the left arrow. Here's the kids. There's all the kids.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was. But, and then after we did all the project, we let each family, we made a line, and all of us went to our stations, which in the back, in the hallway, we had stations set up where each kid would go and get a Bible. They'd get a bracelet that said, Jesus is my center. And then they would go on down the line, and they would get a book, any of their choice, and then we'd get school supplies, coats, gloves, hats, blankets, and this was all the way down the back hallway. And when they got to the end, they had a box of food. And our male helpers carried it to their car, wherever they came from. And when everything was said and done, we still had 100-something boxes left, so we should have gave them 2 boxes, but it was a good experience.